Carrie Baird, and I'll be giving you a regular look behind the scenes at the wheeling and dealings going on in the world's soccer transfer market for SI.com. Today I'm going to talk to you about what could be happening with Manchester City and Stoke, according to my sources. Manchester City's transfer target list can be best summed up as follows. If you're South American and/or in Serie A, you have a very good chance of playing for City. Lazio's Argentine forward Mauro Zarate and the Napoli duo of Argentines Ezequiel Lavezzi and Uruguayan Edison Cavani are all principal targets and wanted as replacements for Carlos Tevez. City have also recently bid for Palermo's Javier Pastore, with the Brazilian midfield duo of Lazio's Hernandez and Bayer Leverkusen's Renato Augusto also being considered. Napoli's Marek Hamšík is also on the wish list, as is Roberto Mancini favourite Lyon's Johan Gorkov. Roma's French winger Jeremy Menez remains a City and Arsenal target, with Sevilla's Jesus Navas a possible alternative, although questions remain about Navas's mindset. City also recently watched Valencia's Juan Mata, who's wanted also by Liverpool and Arsenal. City's focus is to find someone who can dovetail with Edin Dzeko and who can potentially give them what Tevez provides. He's virtually irreplaceable. A deep-lying second striker who's a prolific scorer with exceptional work rate. Lavezzi would be the closest approximation of Tevez. City actually had a bid for Lavezzi rejected in May, so another move for him cannot be ruled out. They've also spoken to representatives of both Lavezzi and Zarate on several different occasions, although they're not the only ones. Arsenal, Tottenham and Liverpool have also spoken with Lavezzi's people in the last 2 months. The big question is, how much money is City going to spend? Currently, City's valuations are realistic and they believe British players are grotesquely overvalued. They do, however, have interest in Bolton central defender Gary Cahill, along with Arsenal and Liverpool, as there seems to be this fascination with the top clubs all going in for the same proven Premier League talent. City also spoke to Inter Milan back in April to ask about availability of Maicon, as Inter would definitely sell for the right money, and Real Madrid are also keen. Speaking of Inter Milan, swap deals involving Wesley Sneijder or Samuel Eto'o with Carlos Tevez cannot realistically be ruled out. Likewise, a swap with AC Milan involving Mario Balotelli and Zlatan Ibrahimovic have also been mulled over. All the ins, of course, mean some outs, and those deemed surplus to requirements are Shaun Wright-Phillips, Jerome Boateng, Joleon Lescott and Gareth Barry, while the drama that surrounds Tevez, Balotelli and Craig Bellamy could see all three exit. Don't rule out a bid for Hulk either. City have been interested in him now for 2 years, and with Andre Villas-Boas leaving Porto, Hulk could be tempted to move. Now let's talk about Stoke. The shock of qualifying for Europe seems to have settled, and Stoke is looking to make some additions. They're interested in players from Birmingham, in particular Scott Dann and Cameron Jerome, as well as Manchester City's Shaun Wright-Phillips, Liverpool's Joe Cole and Chelsea's Daniel Sturridge. Stokes also tracked Spanish left-back Roberto Canella and Spurs defensive midfielder Wilson Palacios, who's also being looked at by Napoli. The club is also interested in former Blackpool midfielder David Bourne, but he might end up at Rangers. At the same time, Stoke will be trying to keep some of their own players that are interesting bigger clubs. Spurs are eyeing central defenders Robert Huth, Ryan Shawcross and goalkeeper Asmir Begovic, who Chelsea are also looking at. This is Carrie for SI.com.